everybody, and welcome to another 12 Toonkind at 12 FPS. It's me, Candlestick, and today I'm going to be playing my lovely little fairy girl, Cassie Trebleclef, and I am joined by the lovely, wonderful.
Oh, hello, my name is Dee Dee Flowers, also known as Dee Dee. Today I am going to be playing the fluffy Moomin Grandma saga, and yeah, she's here to have a good time and be fluffy. And
We love her.
I love Cassie. Cassie good.
This is going to be so much fun and so soft, and I'm so very
Mm.
much looking forward to it. So I suppose shall shall we set the scene?
Oh
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
do you want to take the reins here for the scene setting, since it is your house?
Sure. So like a while back, like Saga sent a like a little letter to Cassie, like asking if if she would mind coming over for a visit, and I imagine like Cassie said yes, otherwise we wouldn't be having this game. So yeah, and Saga is living like just outside of Little Corner now. She's out of retirement. She got a job, as she is wont to do. She does what she wants, and so like Cassie probably, I would imagine, arrived at Little Corner by teleportation circle, or like I don't know if
Uh,
like she would have preferred to walk there or.
no, I think she would have taken, maybe not walking, but not teleportation. I think she would have traveled up the countryside, because that way she gets to see more of the more of things along the way. Though she might have actually gone by boat. Actually, that would have been fun, and stopped at all of the stops along Giznep on the way up.
Nice, yeah, that makes sense. And so like I imagine like Saga like actually meets her at the docks of the like as she gets off the ship, and so do you want to like, or she tries to, do you want to make a perception check, see if you
Yeah.
see this tiny grandma?
Yep. I'm gonna do a perception check. Oh dear. Now I'm gonna find my character sheet. I know I have it up. It's like, where in my many tabs have I hidden it?
Oh, I feel that.
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh,
she's got eyes everywhere right now.
nice. So you definitely like through the crowd of like dock workers and like fishermen like you, or like tourists like walking along the town, you definitely spot the tiny fluffy Moomin creature just kind of sitting like on a bench, like I imagine just like she's got some breadcrumbs, she's like feeding a couple of
Aww.
the seagulls. Like
That's adorable. I think Cassie sees her while she's still on the boat, like before the boat has arrived, and just like bouncing up and down as she waves, "Hi!"
Saga's ears do a little flick and she looks up and she just smiles and like waves politely at her as she hops off the bench and makes her way closer towards the boat.
Okay. I think Cassie is so excited she doesn't even wait for the boat to finish docking. She takes off over the side of the railing and flies the rest of the
Oh,
way to Saga.
oh, oh, it's so cute. Are there, I gotta ask, are there hugs?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
she's definitely coming in for a hug.
oh, oh, she like Sokka just accepts it. She's a hugger. This hug is very fluffy, very soft. Like
Aww.
she like these are good grandma hugs.
Yeah, you get a hi Saga, it's so good to see you.
It's lovely to see you too. And she's kind of like she gently kind of touches the side of your face and she kind of gives you a look, or like gives you a look over, like the are you eating like kind of grandma like scan like.
Yeah, I think Cassie will wait patiently for this. And you can see she's got a slightly longer jacket on with the cooler weather. It's got little dog like blep pattern across it.
Oh,
And I
oh,
think her socks have been changed into stockings.
oh. She kind of like actually should I roll a perception to see if she's eating well, or just like I could probably like she could probably tell.
I mean, you can roll if you want.
Yeah, it'd be funny. We'll see.
That's not bad. Yeah, no, she's been eating well. She looks healthy. She doesn't look that much different from the last time you saw her, but that's not unusual for toons.
That's true. That's true. And she kind of just gives a satisfied little nod, and it's like, "It's lovely to see you again. How was your trip?"
It was so cool. Like we got to stop, and I got to see the ocean and all these towns, and I can't believe you live here. It's so gorgeous.
It certainly is. She's got a very like pleased smile. Like, yeah, she's really happy she found this place. And so she kind of takes like a like holds her arm out to Cassie's like, "It's getting late. Shall we head out
Oh, yeah,
and I will make you tea?"
that sounds really lovely. Thank you for letting me stay.
It's no trouble. I've missed your company.
I've missed you too.
Now tell me more about your journeys. And she's kind of like, just let you talk.
Yeah. I don't necessarily have the brain power right now, but Cassie will be babbling to you about all of the places that they stopped along the way and all of the things that she saw and discovered. And some of this is probably because Cassie does. She does regularly write to all of her friends. You probably get a letter once a week, like a thick letter
Hmm.
once a week from her detailing what she's done. Um, so so a lot of this might not be new for you, but yeah, she's like just going about everything, and she's yeah, particularly the ocean. She hasn't seen much of the seaside, but she definitely loves it.
Oh, yeah. Saga is like definitely like listening very intently and just nodding along as they walk. And yeah, like I imagine like if this was like a normal like if they were just like walking along normally, like I imagine like she'd be walking just a little bit slower than Cassie, just because she's old lady, she's it's kind of her thing to like kind of move and talk slowly, but we're tuned, so I imagine like if you want to, we can like kind of make this into a montage, like.
I don't mind. Cassie's the sort. She like as she walks, like she sort of like half walks, half flutters, half does little like dance stuff. So she's the sort to like sort of go a bit ahead and back again, like just like keeping pace with people, but definitely not like in a straight line.
Oh yeah. There's too much to see to walk in a straight line.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so
So
they make. Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, so she doesn't mind like whatever pace that Saga's going at because it gives her more time to just look at everything.
I love Cassie so much. She's so good. Yeah, and I think as they are slowly like making their way like towards town, and like Cassie's looking like at all the different like things in the city, um, you make like Saga is kind of leading you not towards like any kind of like houses, but she's leading you toward like a bunch like basically like a bunch of like parked carts and caravans, like
Oh, interesting.
yeah, yeah. And so she's like, just like, she knows, like, she's not confused or lost or anything. She definitely knows where she's going. And then, if you hear, you see like, you hear a small explosion in the distance. and along with a small little like cartoony puff of purple smoke.
I know who
And
this is. I'm delighted. I'm gonna roll an intelligence for Cassie to see if she puts this together. I, she noticed, she clocked the explosion. She does not know, I don't think. I don't know if Cassie has met Saga's wife, so I don't think she has put together who this is. So that's where they're going.
Yeah. She probably like she's probably like I imagine Saga's mentioned her wife, but like probably in like the like probably not like the penchant for explosions.
Yeah, she knows that her that Saga's wife grows vegetables.
I mean she does grow vegetables. That is a thing she does. However, yeah, well stop well whether or not like Cassie realizes what the explosion from Saga doesn't seem bothered by it. Like the explosion was, I imagine, loud enough to kind of and like big enough to make the things around like kind of like rattle like the things around them kind of just rattle in place. And she's just like walking serene and Saga just kind of stops like looks like the tea turned bad.
Huh? you Cassie's got like visible question marks above her head.
Don't worry about it. I have spares. And she's just gonna keep walking. She's not gonna offer any other explanation unless she asks.
That's fine. Cassie's just gonna shrug and alright and keep going.
Yeah, so they
Probably
finally make their
Yeah,
you go
probably
ahead.
she'd stopped like at the explosion and stuff in the middle of whatever she was talking about, but then after it's like, I guess I'm not getting an explanation for that. It just starts up again.
Yeah. And eventually you do finally make your way to like a very lovely little cart that is
Mm.
like it's got like a like there's like it's like a horse pull cart. You don't see like actually do you want to do a perception or like investigation check like
Yes, I would love
like
to. Well, my perception's better than my investigations. That's what I'm going with. Oh wow.
oh
Okay.
nice you see everything.
Cassie is
This is def
perceiving today.
Cassie sees all. Well, you definitely see this is where the smoke is coming from. And the smoke, like, along with being purple, definitely smells faintly of like floral, like jasmine. And so, like, I can imagine like this is like, oh, like someone was making something with herbs or like tea leaves, but and you can yeah you can kind of see like that like there's no horse with the cart but like the reins and like the way the front of the cart is built you can tell that whatever was pulling this cart was very short and very round
Oh,
and
okay.
like a very short round pony was like was pulling this cart.
Oh, that's so cute. That's such a cute visual.
Yeah, the pony is gone, but like it's definitely like a very short round pony is supposed to be pulling this cart, and like the outside of it is decorated with like little bits and bobs hanging from them. The curtains are kind of a mishmash of colors, and some of the decorations definitely look like they belong to Saga. Like a lot of like hand knitted and hand woven things, and but some of them are like market like definitely different like you see like some swirling metal doodads and like empty glass bottles that have what look like eyeballs or something creepy like inside each of them and it's like well that doesn't look like something Saga would own but like this is definitely her house.
I think Cassie just like looking at this mishmash, like, uh, sorry, I completely lost the word of what it is, cart. Like, just, she loves it, and she turns to Saga with bright eyes and is like, "You live here?"
I do. This,
It's so pretty.
oh, thank you. Frida and I decorated it ourselves. It's this stay at home vacation wagon, also known as the station wagon. And it's my, I love that stupid pun I came up with so much. And yeah, there's definitely a stylish, like a wooden like section around the middle, as one does with a station wagon.
Hmm. Yeah, Cassie just nods seriously. It's perfect.
I think so. And at that point, like the door like of the wagon like finally kicks open, like and there's a puff of purple smoke and like a hacking sound like and you see like a Muppet born creature with like a very large sharp beak and like a bunch of like scattered blue feathers pops out from it and she's like coughing and like trying to wave off the smoke. He's like oh, uh, note to self, note to self, do not mix eye of newt with jasmine.
Cassie's gonna she's a little bit shy, but you get the sense that this is more I want to make a good impression shy than oh, who is this new person shy, as she
Oh
gives the Muppet Born a wave and a bright smile.
yeah. Saga definitely gives you a little gentle pat, like it's okay. Like and the Muppet born doesn't notice Cassie at first. She's still like coughing and like trying to wave away the smoke. And it takes a bit for her to notice like that there's someone here. And finally she waves away. It's like, oh, Saga, you're here. I thought you were going to pick up your friend. I was like, I did. And she kind of I don't know, like is Cassie like when you said she was shy, is she hiding behind Saga or is she just like, like a little off to the side? Like,
Yeah, I think she's like slightly behind Saga, so not necessarily hiding, but just like,
oh,
that step closer for reassurance kind of.
oh, oh, yeah. She just kind of like gives like Cassie a little Saga gives Cassie a gentle pat and just kind of, like gestures towards Cassie like Frida, my love, this is Cassie. And yeah, Frida like adjusts her little googly eye glasses because that's what her glasses are like. They're big old googly
I
eyes.
love them.
Yes. And she looks like, ah, yes, 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 I remember you. You were the one that caused carnage at at the vegetable stand. Most, yeah, most excellent.
Yeah,
Pleasure to meet you.
Cassie looks a little bit bashful. She's like, "Hi, it's really lovely to meet you," and she's gonna hold out her hand to like shake.
Uh, Shaka, uh, Shaka, Frida holds out her little, a little claw like hand and like just and like vigorously shakes your own hand, like shakes your hand, like yes,
I'm imagining Cassie does that little like shake up and down with the motion, the enthusiasm of it.
yeah. This is a woman of action, absolutely. And after she's done shaking, it's like, ah, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to finally meet you. Good to see you. Good to have a face to the name.
Yeah,
So you must.
likewise.
Yes, yes, yes. When Saga said that you were coming over for tea, I thought I could make something a bit special. But uh, she kind of Frida looks over to the to the wagon and the smoke coming. I was like, I may have gotten a bit carried away, and we shall persevere. Come, 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 come. And she's like, grab if you don't do anything to protest, Frida's gonna grab you by the arm and like kind of like walk you into the station wagon.
Nah, this is normal. Cassie's not gonna protest. She's a like probably like um she's a relatively small toon, probably not so much in the present company, but like normally she's like used to like being picked up by people by her friends and stuff and shenanigans and stuff. So this is like, yeah, okay, this is normal.
Yeah, she is like, yeah, so I guess you are dragged in and you see the inside of the station wagon, and it is it's a lot bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Ah, yeah,
Like
toon logic.
Tune logic, yeah, it is like about the size of a small apartment,
Hmm.
and so like it's plenty big enough for like the very small Saga and Frida, and like so they like you can see well Cassie can see like a like like as soon as you walk in like you see like a small like little like offset corner that's probably like the bedroom and like another place that's probably the bathroom, and but you walk into the kitchen area and there is like a large cauldron that is where the smoke is coming from, and like Frida is waving it away and it is
Yeah,
not pleasant.
I think Cassie goes, I didn't know tea could explode.
Neither did I, but that's why we test these things.
uh, I think for the most part, like just eyes sort of going to everything around the apartment, but like she's staying put on the one spot because it's rude to go and touch other people's things. But she will take her shoes off upon coming inside.
Oh, she's so polite. The gesture is appreciated, but like neither of these women wear shoes, so
Yeah, yeah. Look, it's the rules, and Cassie is nothing if not a rule follower.
well, she kind of I will say Saga like takes off her little purple shawl and puts on an identical purple shawl that is just hanging on a hook because that's her indoor shawl.
Mm.
So,
I do think Cassie probably has shrugged off her jacket as well, because I'm imagining it's much warmer inside than it is outside.
oh, definitely. It is like it's much warmer, especially with like the smoke still billowing from the cauldron. And so like Frida is like still trying to wave the smoke away. It's like, well, I think it's going to take more time to get this tea done. And she's like, and Saga goes, it's all right. We can wait. It's like, but I wanted this to be done. I wanted it to be done when your friend arrived. It's like, we will still have fun today.
Yeah, Cassie is gives a bright smile and a nod and is like, and can help if you want.
Like Saga like kind of looks considering and then looks back at the cold and is like, this may be a bit toxic. Perhaps not help with the tea. And
Should Cassie be concerned about the tea being toxic?
uh, I mean, Saga doesn't, so
Alright, that's good enough.
yeah. Saga actually like kind of looks at the cauldron thoughtfully and then at the rest of the kitchen cabinets. It's like, you know, tea goes better with cookies. And she kind of gives Cassie a sly smile, like
Yeah, you
you,
get the
you're picking up.
big eyes back. Ooh, cookies.
It's like, shall we bake?
Uh, yeah, I don't know how to make cookies, but I can help.
Saga just kind of looks kind of like thoughtfully, like, actually, I'm gonna can I make a perception check on something? Or like, I don't know if it would be an insight. Like, I'm trying to see like if Cassie knows much about cooking stuff in general, because
Oh yeah, go ahead. I think that's probably an insight. Or
yeah,
you can
because
just ask because she will answer you honestly.
yeah, Saga.
Oh
Oh
god,
yeah.
that's a nat 20. Um, Cassie knows very little about cooking.
Hmm. Saga.
Actually, with a nat 20, I will tell you, she knows people who are very good at cooking, but has watched people do cooking before, but has never really helped out with it.
Oh. So Saga's gonna like kind of be like, like she will like she realizes this and is like, listen, Saga is a cook. Food is her love language. Like, yeah, if you guess what, Cassie, you're gonna learn how to cook today. You're gonna learn how to make something.
Awesome. This is delightful.
So Saga just like kind of motions Cassie towards the kitchen. It's like, could you help me with this?
You get a delighted smile from her, and I think with that nat 20 insight from before, she wasn't sure if you were actually going to take her up on her offer to help. Like maybe it was a bit of a surprise to her that you did.
Oh, oh. Listen, I, the player, love Cassie so much. I know I keep breaking character and saying it, but it's true.
It's okay. I love her too, and I love Saga, and this is like so wholesome, and it's filling me with so much like ah.
Ah. Okay, so Saga just kind of like, It's like, I would love your help today.
Mm.
And she just kind of motions towards the kitchen and towards her cookbook. She has many of them, but she takes out one that you think is like specifically for like cookies, like, or one of the ones specifically for cookies.
Yeah,
Like,
a whole
she,
cookbook just for different cookies.
oh, she's got more than one of those. Like, this is just like tea cookies specifically. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Cassie gives another bright smile and then sort of like bounces into the kitchen, like forward into the kitchen area, and is like, okay, now what?
it's like, first, we must decide what to make. And she's like thinking very like she's like opening up the book and kind of flipping through the pages like and we didn't talk about this like before game. I was going to, but also I forgot. Do you have any like particular like are there any particular cookies that Cassie likes as she's flipping through this book that she would want to make or like
Oh, I think it would be a toss up between like choc chip cookies, which is just a classic, and
mm-hmm.
shortbread.
Oh, those are both very good. uh, I'll do a D2 like one
Yeah.
for one for shortbread, two for chocolate chip. Oh, wait, not the gallery, not the gallery. Okay, shortbread it
Shortbread
is.
it is.
Yeah, so she like Saga lands on like the shortbread cookies like, ah, so we let how about we make these? She holds up the cookbook to Cassie.
Oh, I love shortbread. Yeah.
Then that's what we'll make. And she puts the book down and kind of metaphorically rolls up her sleeves because she's it's like, let's get cooking.
Yeah, I think Cassie realizes because she doesn't have any sleeves to roll up, but she does realize she's still wearing her gloves, so she takes them off and shoves them into her hammer space before being like, "Yep, I'm ready."
Yeah. And Saga is first gonna like I'm gonna actually roll a d10 because oh yeah, that works. She pulls a handkerchief out of her hammer space and basically puts it around her head so that fur doesn't get in doesn't like get in her face
Oh,
get in the way of the
yeah.
cooking because she is a professional.
Mhm, mhm.
Yep. So and she's like, do you know the first step to making cookies?
I'm gonna roll. intelligence, I think. Intelligence or history?
uh, whatever you think, whatever's higher, whatever what you want it to be. I think either one works. Like,
An 11. I think it takes her a bit, but she probably does manage to get the first ingredient, which I have not made shortbread in a long time, so I don't remember what it is.
um,
I know it
well,
has a lot
like
of sugar in it, so.
yeah, I mean, like it is. Like the way I made it, like it's like you know what you make the liquids basically, or like the wet ingredients first, and you mix those. So
Mm.
like the butter and the sugar and the vanilla,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's a lot of butter in there too. A lot of butter,
Oh
a lot of
yeah, a
sugar.
lot of butter, a lot of sugar. Yep. I think you should go um butter, right?
Correct. And she like I butter and sugar. You get the sugar, and I'll get the butter.
Should I roll an investigation for this?
Oh yeah, it's pretty low. Like she's a Saga keeps her kitchen organized.
Oh, yep. No,
Oh,
definitely. Your kitchen is systematic, and it's like I think it's the first drawer the first cupboard she opens.
mhm.
She finds the sugar in it.
Yep. It's also like very nicely labeled. So like you see flour, sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar, vanilla. Like they've all got they're all in little tins. They're all nicely labeled. So you definitely find the one with sugar in it.
Yeah, yeah. Cause there's a couple of different sugars. I think she sort of like hovers a little bit back and forth between them, and then it's just like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna grab all of them.
I mean, that is it. And so like Saga's like got the butter, and she's like kind of laying it out like on a little like in a little bowl, and she looks at Cassie with like an armful of different bags of sugar, and she just
Yeah.
kind of smiles. It's like good idea. And we
I
will need the powdered sugar for later.
Cassie like she puts them down and rubs the back of her head. I wasn't sure if we needed a particular type of sugar, so I brought them all.
Smart. Good thinking. You just kind of first we need the regular sugar. And she just kind of points to the one, I guess, like in like, she points to the one that's not the powdered or the brown sugar, just like the white granulated sugar.
Hmm. Yep. Cassie will hand that over.
Mhm. We need a cup of that.
Okay.
What was
Um. That was that was I wanted to see whether she was going to say something or not, but no, she's keeping it to herself at the moment.
oh,
Don't worry
should I
about
roll
it.
inside or
You can if you
okay.
want. She's gonna
Yeah, rolling.
while she's looking for the cup.
Oh,
Nope, nope. You don't catch anything.
oh, okay. In that case, like Saga's just gonna like, like take like she's gonna put the sugar down and like grab the little measuring cups, and it's like we need we need I'm gonna because it's been a while, I'm gonna say like 2 cups of sugar. I don't know if that's
Mm,
like way too
sounds
much,
about
but I guess
right.
we'll
No,
find out.
there is so much sugar in shortbread. It's like yeah, 2 cups
Hmm.
sounds right, honestly.
Yeah, like I bake a lot, but I don't like when you think, of course, when you like aren't doing anything with it, that's when you forget. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah. And the
yeah,
first thing
like
you
I know.
forget is how much of everything.
But that's not a problem for Saga and Cassie. They got a cookbook, so that works.
Yep.
And turn like she like and Saga like looks at Cass. It's like, would you like to pour the sugar?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, and she like hands you the cup and like kind of she like will like say like pour it gently and tap the cup so your measurement is even. Like she's given like little tips about like
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll sleight of hand for this.
oh
Just to see how well she does.
oh yeah
Oh, maybe.
oh no I think how do you think this goes?
She's like concentrating. Okay, I can either see it going one of two ways because that is a nat one. I feel like she's like trying to like tip it slowly, but it goes too fast and it all ends up in there at once. And then she just looks a little bit distressed, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
From the other side of the kitchen you hear Frida say like excellent enthusiasm, I love it. It's like
Yeah, there was
and Saga's like
this intense look of concentration on her face before the boom.
oh, I almost wish I'd said powdered sugar because then like it could like all of them are just covered in this white powder like oh well and like it's like good try, it's a good try. And she's like, I believe that is 2 cups, let's mix. And she's gonna go over to the uh mixing stand like because he's got like because like Frida's her wife, and Frida makes things for
Mm.
Saga, and so she's got like a what could only be described as like the as a mixer that like from like your from like Baba Yaga's kitchen. Like it is
Ah.
like the handle of it. It looks like a large claw. It is kind of spooky looking. It's glowing. There's a red eye on it that's glowing menacingly. And Saga's like paying no mind, and she like like kind of like gestures like the mixer towards Cassie's like, shall we mix?
Uh-huh. I think upon like cuz you don't ever know with this sort of thing, but it does have a red eye, so Cassie waves at it just in case of the hello sort of like little gesture before nodding to Saga and like following her lead on the mixture.
Yeah, the little claw on the end of the mixer waves back. Yeah. And so yeah, like Saga just kind of gently guides her hand towards the bowl and like she presses like a little button next to the eye and it just starts to whir as like keep your hand steady as you turn it. And so like she's just kind of she's gonna try and guide Cassie's hands like in the mixer so it like mixes the butter and like sugar mixes evenly.
Mm, mm.
So it just like is turning in a small circle without pouring sugar anywhere.
All right. In that case, I don't think we'll roll another sleight of hand to see how it goes. We'll just say it works.
I mean, if you want to, you can. Like, I would have given you advantage because like Saga, like would have kept her hand on the Cassie's if like she looked like she was having trouble.
All right. Yeah, we'll say with advantage. We'll see how this goes.
Hmm.
Oh well, I
Oh
don't know if I need that advantage.
no, yeah, like Cassie has redeemed herself. She's like got a handle on this like evil looking mixer, and like she doesn't need Saga's like guiding hand anymore. And Saga like just kind of smiles serenely and like said, "While you mix, I'll add the eggs and vanilla." And that's what she does. She like as Cassie is mixing, she's adding the rest of the wet ingredients. She's adding a little bit of vanilla. She's adding a little bit of like she's adding like two whole eggs, and it's like mixing together like really homogeneously,
Hmm.
and she's like taking like a couple of like little herbs from the kit from like small tins, and she's adding them in there with like a wink. It's like the secret ingredient. Like, and this the secret ingredient is definitely like cinnamon. Like it's
Ah, yeah.
like it's like clearly labeled cinnamon. Like,
I think Cassie grins and then her expression turns a little wistful and she says, my dad cooks a lot. It my sister too. It was one of the things they actually got along together doing. So I it was often their thing I didn't like to intrude.
oh, Saga's going to uh Saga's gonna kind of like look at like like Cassie and like uh kind of stare thoughtfully, and she's just like, "Hmm, it's good when you have something to share with others. But Cassie, you're not an intruder here."
that that gets a bashful smile and she uh like yeah I guess I'm still wrapping my head around that.
Hmm. Sometimes old hurts take time to heal. You take all the time you need. The people who care about you will be waiting, and there when you are ready.
Hmm. Hmm. Just I don't. I'm just trying to think about how Cassie would respond to this. I think, she looks thoughtful as she's sort of processing this, and then, it gives a short nod, like a yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Hmm. Should I roll insight like or
Yeah, you can go for that.
what is my insight again? Because I confuse it with perception. And there it is. Oh, okay,
Nah,
never mind.
nah. I'm sorry, Saga. You don't get anything from that. Just a thoughtful look. As she's definitely taking your words seriously. But she doesn't say anything more on it. She's just focuses back on the cooking, like making sure it mixes well.
Hmm. Okay, she's kind of like Saga's kind of nod thoughtfully and just like keep like kind of like say like now we can turn off the mixer, and she's you can go ahead and like she's gonna just press the like just so that like there's not another mess. Like she's gonna press the other button on the side so the mixer stops moving.
Yeah, I think Cassie will, because I imagine she sort of like pulls the bowl away and with a little like thank you to the to the mixer.
The mixer goes, "Don't mention it," and like licks off the remnants. Like a tongue appears, and the remnants are of the cookie dough are gone.
Oh, that's both like so cursed and so cool.
that's that's the Frida way. So cursed, so cool.
Yeah, I think
And the
that.
mixer just, oh,
Sorry,
you
you
go
go.
ahead. I just was making a no. I was just making a okay then noise. Like, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna So Cassie takes the bowl back over to the counter.
Yeah, and the mixer like is just probably like set back into place, and Saga takes another bowl, and it's like now we mix the dry ingredients. So now we need the flour.
The that was in the cupboard with the sugar. And I think she just zips off and grabs the flour and comes back with it like very enthusiastically.
Oh, yeah, it's a like Saga loves her enthusiasm, and she like kind of does like a tiny little clap of her hands. It's like, well done. It's like now it's like now we need 2 cups of flour, and you kind of do we want to do another
I
sleight of hand?
I kind of want to. I want to see how this goes.
I will give you advantage if like
All right, I might
ooh,
note that.
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's better than before.
Oh, it's definitely better than before. Um,
I think it goes in this time with little pumps. Like it's not flowing smoothly, but it's like a shake, pump, shake, pump into
yeah,
it.
there's definitely like little flour, like remnants of flour on your sleeves and like on the edge of the bowl, but there is flour in the bowl, and there's not flour on like anything else. So
Yeah,
it's a success.
that's a success. Yeah.
It's a success. Most of the flour gets in there. You just got a little messy.
Yeah.
And then hmm, like then it's like now we add the fluff powder.
What's that?
And she's like not gonna like she Saga like kind of just goes over to like one of her little labeled containers and like pulls out the container called like I think it's I the player cannot remember how cooking works, but I think it's like baking powder or baking soda, like
Ah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah,
those.
yeah. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I just call it like I've just heard it called fluff powder, and it makes me happy. So,
It's a very good name for it. And it would make
and she just
sense that like Saga has like little like nicknames for things and Cassie being very very literal is just like I've never heard of this thing. What is it?
yeah, so she like takes the little thing of like baking soda and just adds a pinch, and it's like now we mix again. And like she this time she gives you like a like this time we she takes out a actually I'm gonna do a hammer space because hammer space good.
E.
Oh wow, that's the second 2 in a row, but I'll take it. She takes out a tiny whisk. It's a tiny little whisk, and she
Oh,
just
that's so
tiny whisks.
cute. That's
There
that's adorable.
are tiny whisks in the world, and they make me happy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so she tiny whisks.
Cassie's just watching her, like, just big eyes, just this entire time. She's taking everything in.
Aw. And so as she's whisking, the flour and the baking soda, she like looks at Cassie. It's like now the most important step. We must mix the 2 bowls. Cassie,
Mm?
I need you to take the other bowl and slowly add this in to my bowl.
Are we
And she's like
doing.
looking at you like this is a very serious task.
Yeah, are we doing sleight of hand with advantage again?
Uh, we want to.
I'm, I'm gonna roll. Uh,
Oh,
oh, there we go.
oh yeah!
Oh, No, this time Cassie is trying really, really hard. Like, you get that just really, really intense look of concentration on her face as she's like tipping the bowl in like, and it does slosh just slightly, I think, when she first starts, but then she gets a handle of it, and it like starts to pour in like a correct amount.
Hmm. Yeah, and it is like, yeah, the I will say like with an 18, like the way you pour it in, like actually I should probably roll sleight of hand too to see how like well she's stirring it. Saga's stirring it.
I mean, you
Because
don't have
I
to
need to do.
since Saga does do this for a living, but you can if you want.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be funny if she fails. So like if it would be funny, I will try it, you know?
Yeah, this is why I keep rolling sleight of hand for this.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
maybe she's paying too much attention to what Cassie's doing.
Yeah, she's so proud of Cassie, she just dips the bowl. Like, whoops. Like the tiny whisk gets stuck. It's like, oh no, yeah, that's what happens. Like she's like she's so proud of Cassie, but that's she mixes too hard and the tiny whisk like just gets stuck and sucked into the dough. It's
Oops.
gone. Farewell, tiny whisk. Oh dear. It's just like she kind of like chuckles lightly and just goes to get another like a fork or something, something that like to get the tiny whisk out. I'm gonna try another sleight of hand to see how that goes.
Cassie's like, that's not good, is it?
No, metal's not good for cookies.
Oh, that's a nat one.
Oh, guess what? A fork has been added to the dough.
Hmm. Um,
Oh, do I
uh,
want to get another utensil out to see if we can like fish those two things out?
I think I might help as well. I think Cassie will give it a go this time with a fork. Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's,
Cassie is the champion.
apparently
You
she's
rescue
very good
both.
at finding things.
Yeah, she rescues both the fork and the tiny whisk. Yeah, and like they are like kind of set aside, and it's like Saga just like gives you kind of a very like gives Cassie a very grateful smile. It's like, thank you, Cassie, dear. And she's gonna like kind of look at this the bowl thoughtfully because like this didn't turn out the way she thought it did, and they still got to mix this thing. It's like this calls for a bigger whisk, and she's gonna go into the drawer and get a giant whisk.
Oh
It's a
my
big whisk.
god.
It's
This
about
is
the size of Cassie's head.
this is great. Oh man. That's Cassie has a big head. That's a big whisk.
I know. I know. It's like I may need help with this. And she's just kind of like holds the whisk out like it's some sort of weapon. It's like join me in battle. Like
Yup, yup. You get a very like wide grin and a like let's do this nod. What are we rolling this time?
oh, I'm almost afraid to roll. I would say strength because it's a big whisk. Or like I don't know how I don't know if we have strength or
Oh, that's awesome because Cassie's got a -1 in strength.
oh boy. Oh no. Oh, we'll try. Oh no.
I mean, that's not too bad, but
Oh. I mean, it's a big whisk. It was already halfway. Like I'll say like it's over a 10 it works. But it's just like they struggle.
yeah, I think Cassie's sort of like floated up to get the top of it and just pushing against it, and I think not going anywhere.
Yeah, but eventually this dough is mixed and it looks pretty good. Like and there's no piece there's no like there's no cutlery in there, so like,
That's
that's
a
all
win.
ever we can hope for. That's a win. That is definitely a win. Actually, no, like Frida wouldn't mind metal in there, like on occasion, but like Cassie probably wouldn't.
No, Cassie's a fairly mm, uh, f- sorry, I'm just trying to think of the right words. Like, she's not one of the more zany tunes. She's a lot more like life, like real kind tunes. So,
Hmm.
actually, sorry, I'm just remembering. No, metal is definitely not good for her. Because
Oh,
she's she's half Fae.
oh dear. That's a Fey rule I know. Oh dear. Really glad you were able to. That's very impressive then that Cassie was able to rescue both the whisk and the fork.
Yeah, don't ask. Maybe she used chopsticks or something.
Yeah, or like a wooden spoon or something, like something non-metal.
Yeah,
Either way,
yeah.
Saga's very impressed.
I think, yeah, because I hadn't even really thought about this because it's not something you think about, but I think she has her own set of like little wooden, utensils that she probably pulled out to
Oh,
help.
nice. Yeah, well, the dough is now done, and like Saga's just looking very pleased, like with herself, and like got her hands on her hips, like we did good. Now comes the fun part, and I'm gonna roll hammer space for myself again because hammer space is fun.
Yep, yep.
Okay, yeah, she like pulls out like a dozen different cookie cutters. Because the fun thing about shortbread is you can make them into different shapes. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that is lots of fun, yeah. I think
so
Cassie gets like a very bright smile at this.
nice. So yeah, like she like Saga like definitely like starts like make like getting the getting the little cookie cutters out, and like she lets Cassie pick whichever shape she likes, and is like they roll out the dough and are cutting them up. And
I think Cassie's picked out like probably a star and a heart and a music note if you've got one.
oh, probably like there's like an eclectic amount of shapes. There's like the basics like hearts and triangles and stars, and there's also what looks like an umbrella, a bat, what looks like a house with legs. Like you don't know what that's about, but
Yeah, I think Cassie is curious enough at that one she'll pick it out as well.
excellent.
Because walking house, that's a cool idea.
Yeah. And so yeah, like those cookies are cut, they are put in the oven, and yeah, like by the time like the cookies are like baking, and like by the time like the cookies are in the oven, like all they're doing like all they need to do now is wait, and just like also wait for the tea. And Frida is just by the cauldron, like like stirring up her cauldron of hot water, like
I I think I might actually roll an investigation for Cassie because she's curious about this tea. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
oh.
Cassie, you are on point with this today.
Nice. Cassie sees all. So yeah, like I would say like with the cauldron, like you realize that it's just hot water, and like there's like a like Frida has got like a little another jar in her hand with like different labels, like you realize that are probably in Frida's handwriting or a little bit more scribbly and scrawly, and it just is labeled green tea. Like she probably had something a bit more like wild in mind, but like yeah, like it didn't turn out as well. She's just sticking with the basics so they can actually have tea. Like,
Fair enough.
but with it, but with a 21, like I will say that like you can also take a look at all the other like jars that are basically next to this giant cauldron, and uh and you see some very interesting things in there. Like there is definitely like there's green tea, there's jasmine, there's Darjeeling, there's like chamomile, there's also eye of newt, there's something called dragon glass, there's Yeah,
I,
there's like Dead Man's Toe, like you don't know what those were about.
yeah, I think part why she got such a high role is that yeah, her dad has an impressive tea collection, maybe a little bit less eccentric than Frida's, but like at least like that's helping her like recognize what's tea and what's not, in that she's even sort of like even like some more exotic teas she's like recognizing and going, aha, that's tea, that's definitely not, I'm not sure what that is, but it's not tea.
Listen, Frida likes to experiment. I actually, okay, I have not finished like Frida's character sheet, but I'm just gonna roll a d20 for insight because I want, or like, because I want to see if like Frida recognizes like that Cassie like is familiar with tea. Oh no! Oh no!
That's a 3.
Oh, Frida's just too excited for tea. She just like she's too excited. She's got like guests over. She was like got to make something explode. Today's a good day. Oh,
Oh, I love her so much.
I'll actually see because I do want to like I want to have those like good character interactions in Cassie Lore. I'm gonna. Is it alright if I roll like
Yeah,
insight
yeah, go
for
ahead.
Saga as well? Because I do have a plus on that.
Oh,
Oh
yep.
yay!
That's pretty good. Yep, you get I think you get pretty much everything that I just said.
Oh nice. Yes, the Saga is like you seem quite familiar with tea.
Yeah, she grins. Yeah, my dad has a really big tea collection. He's got some from a lot of travels from before I was born. And my sister likes a lot of different teas as well. So,
Hmm.
very familiar with it actually.
Hmm. Uh, with a 19, is that enough for like Saga to tell if this is a sore spot or not, or like should I roll another insight? Like,
No, I think I'll go with that 19. There's it's mostly fond. There's
mm,
little tinge of sadness there.
mm.
In particular, I think with that 19, the sadness comes when she talks about her sister, less so her dad.
Oh, were and I think like because like she knows it's like it's not like a bitterness like or anything. It's more like oh like possibly homesickness like, but it's more fun. Like Saga's going to ask like you seem very close to your father.
Yeah, well, it was just the two of us for most of growing up. My mum, she passed when I was 10, and my sister moved out around the same time, and she visited, but she was busy studying places and couldn't come home very often. So it was, yeah, just the two of us until I left to explore myself.
Hmm. Saga's not gonna say anything, but she does kind of just give you a another gentle pat on the like pat on the arm, like and just kind of like a sympathetic nod, like
Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah,
like
Cassie appreciates it.
yeah, like I the player like to talk. Saga is a lady of few words, so I'm like, uh,
That's fair.
but she's
What about you? Do you have do you guys have a family?
oh no,
Oh,
you
oh
shouldn't have
no.
asked that. These two are grandmas. Both of them pull out. Hang on, I'm gonna roll. Yeah, both of
Yeah.
them pull out like
It's
the
the
giant.
first thing in their hammer space. That's how often they pull it out with that 10.
Yeah, they both pull out identical wallets. Well, not identical. Like Sokka's got like is like basically got a knitted cozy over the top, and Frida has well, it looks like it's also blinking. You don't know how. Like, but they open up with identical pictures of a bunch of like kids and grandkids, and yeah, you can tell like they're all like a bunch of the kids like are like all like from different like from different like different types of tunes. Like you can tell like all the kids are probably adopted and like they are like various sizes and there are like then of course there are like grandchildren that are like that are some that are grown, some that are like you know probably teenagers or young kids and like there's also one like baby like there's like one
Mm.
baby picture on the bottom that looks relatively new and there's like a family photo on the bottom and like the two of these two tiny grandmothers like surrounded by like family members that are much taller than they are. Like you
Oh.
get the feeling they kind of shrank as they got older. Like,
Oh. Yeah, no, I think Cassie is taking all of this in with delight. I think I'll use that 19 before. There's still a little bit of wistfulness and, like, a little bit of, like, sadness. But for the most part, she's just like, oh my god, this is the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
oh, oh, I'm gonna roll another insight to see if like I I pick up on like the wistfulness. Oh no, dang it, that was not. All right, hang on. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try that. Okay, if I try that again because I forgot to give myself the
No,
+3 to
no, go
insight.
ahead.
Oh no!
Oh, Dice Passer is
Those
being
cards.
mean to you. You can roll again.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Like Dice Buster is like, no, sir, not today.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
you catch the wistfulness there.
hmm. Saga gives you kind of like a little worried look, like, oh, no, she does not want her friend to be sad.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
like Cassie is fine mostly. She's just family is a little bit of a sore spot for her.
oh, yeah. I think, like, would you say with the 15, she kind of picks up on like that it's the family thing that's kind of a sore spot for her?
Yeah, yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, then like because I, the player, am like running, like don't know what to say, and also like Saga is a lady of few words. She's gonna just change the subject to something less pain spot related, and she's going
Yeah.
to like take out a pack of cards, like shall we play a game before while we wait? And she's and,
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother to roll for Cassie to notice that she's done this, like that she's deliberately doing this. She's just like, oh yeah, that sounds like fun.
yeah, and like Saga starts dealing the cards, and Frida shouts like, "Don't trust her, she cheats." It's like it's not cheating. It's like, yes, you do. It's like, I've never been caught. It's like, you just admitted it. It's like, admitted what? Yeah,
Yeah,
they go back and forth as she deals out these cards.
yeah, that gets a giggle from Cassie, because normally she's no, like cheating is bad, don't do that, but like she can tell that this is more of a banter between the two of them.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a banter between them. And if you and while you are like playing cards and like with the saga, like Frida is definitely like cheating for you and like saying like peeking over the corner of the cauldron and like you know basically like raising her hand to say like which like cards the saga's got.
I think Cassie, one, I'm gonna roll a perception to see if she even notices this. Yeah, okay, she does.
Oh,
And two, like when she sees Frida doing this, she's just like gives her a frown and like, no, that's cheating. Look. Like she looks honestly so affronted that you would you would help her cheat.
Frida just gives her like a what? What? It's just like kind of a like a flabbergasted look, but then she just rolls her eyes and goes back to her goes to her cauldron. But she's definitely gonna keep like giving hand signals like
Yeah.
in case Cassie changes her mind. Like
Cassie's just doing her best to ignore them, and like I don't know. She's like having like a what do I do because I can see these hand signals and I don't want to act on them. So
uh,
so like I think um, she's actually having a little bit of like, do I ask for the cards I know Saga has, or do I deliberately not ask for them?
Saga's gonna kind of lean forward and whisper, "It's okay. Let's Frida have her fun." And like wink, like, oh, she knows she's doing this. It's fine. Like,
Okay, I think if Saga is okay with this, and because Cassie is sort of learning that sometimes you can bend the rules on things and it's okay, she will indulge the two grandmas.
yeah, and they definitely like playfully fight with each other as this is going on. Like, it's yeah, and by the time like you got like you have wiped the floor with Saga at this game of cards, like the cookies and the tea are done.
Yeah. Ah, that's so delightful. I think Cassie is very excited to see how the cookies turned out.
Yeah, I think they turned out pretty good. They are they like they baked really well. Like they turned out really nice. They're like that nice they're that nice like warm yellow color and like just slightly brown at the edges, and they
Mmm.
taste amazing. Like,
Oh, yum, yum. Now I
mhm.
want shortbread.
Oh, me too.
Uh, but
Oh,
yeah, I think Cassie is really delighted by this, and she gives Saga a hug and is like, "Thank you for teaching me how to cook shortbread."
oh. Saga hugs her back. She's just like I was happy to. We should have more cooking lessons. This was very fun,
Yeah, it was really good fun. I'd like to learn more.
and I would love to teach you.
Hmm. Bright, there's another bright smile.
And she just gives a bright smile back.
Ah.
And like I feel like Rita interrupts the sweet moment by just slamming like these teacups down. It's like enough chit chat, let's eat.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I think yeah, Cassie will like again just like go with this and maybe I imagine they maybe start up cards again, three of them with the tea and cookies.
Oh, absolutely. Rita's still trying to help you cheat.
Ah, that's so adorable. Uh, did we want to fade out on that?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I think that's such a delight.
oh.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I think so yeah, it fades out on them playing cards and having a good time and yeah. Shall we
Yeah,
say
yeah,
goodbye to our listeners?
yep.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
listeners.
Bye.